Countries bombing each other, innocents dying, constant divide everywhere, humans hurting other humans, bullies all over the place, people saying the Star Wars prequels are bad. Good thing we have sporting events like baseball games to escape the evils of the world. Surely nobody will tell one of the players he should have ended his life. Thanos was right. General Zod was right. You know what? Any character that's ever tried to destroy Earth, it's times like these where I sympathize with those guys. Jiren Duran is a really good baseball player. Not breaking any grounds there with that statement, but he's not only just a good hitter, but someone who also uses his speed better than anyone. His greatest strength is using that and taking advantage of that. Turning singles into doubles, doubles into triples. He just stole home on Saturday. Like, just straight up stole home Jackie Robinson style. Dude's electric. He didn't have the greatest of starts to his career, though. He struggled badly at the plate, in the field, and Duran's mental state was awful. The Red Sox documentary on Netflix that just came out covered this in one of its episodes, just how brutal it was for Duran, someone who's always been very hard on himself, and when the fans let him hear it, it wasn't easy for Duran to just let that go. He made a comparison of players getting treated like zoo animals by fans, and I that's a really good way of putting it. He just was not having a grand old time, and it wasn't just baseball, it was life as a whole. And it was revealed things got so bad to the point Duran took a rifle with a bullet in it and pulled the trigger. The gun didn't go off. Now, right when I read about this and watched him talk about this in the Netflix episode, my mind went right to one of the most powerful scenes I've ever watched in a movie. The movie is called Man on Fire. It features Denzel Washington, aka The Sky is Blue. A really good movie with powerful moments featuring Denzel Washington as the lead role. Yeah, shocker. Anyway, it's about a depressed, alcoholic ex-CIA agent who reluctantly takes on a job in Mexico to be a bodyguard for this little girl. He's not really about it. He doesn't really care much for her. And again, he's depressed, and on one rainy night, he puts his loaded gun to his head and pulls the trigger, and the gun doesn't go off. He calls his friend, asking him why a gun like that wouldn't go off, not telling him exactly why he's asking that and what happened. And his friend, played by Christopher Walken, goes,
like we used to say, a bullet always tells the truth.
And through this realization that he's meant to keep living, he starts to lighten up and become more of a mentor for that young girl, and eventually whip out his badass CIA skills to bring her back after she gets kidnapped. Great movie, highly recommend. The point is, Jiren Duran had basically the exact same thing happen, and when that gun didn't go off, he realized it was for a reason. A bullet always tells the truth. And it didn't just save Duran's life that day, it saved a lot more. Right after this story came out, a local Massachusetts-based suicide prevention service got 3 times as many messages as normal. Text activity matched the program's highest single-day total since it launched in March 2022, and the organization also received more than twice as many calls through the national 988 suicide and crisis lifeline as it had the previous Monday. It's clear what this is. Incredibly powerful, and a sign to everyone alive that you're meant to be here. Duran's meant to not just be here, but on the Red Sox. He's gone off lately. A week ago, his batting average was .232 and his OPS at .622. Now, that batting average is at .276 and the OPS at .740. Call him Respucia with them gains. And again, he stole home. And on Sunday, in the last game the Red Sox played in Cleveland, Duran got 4 more hits while the Red Sox whooped the Guardians 13-3. But the Guardians weren't the only ones who should have gotten a beating on Sunday.
Jiren Duran was down on the field, fairly close to the stands, and a fan came down. Must have been yelling something at Jiren, and some of the coaches and the umpires were involved. And eventually we saw this guy leave through the stands up to the concourse. Jemai, you're downstairs.
Yeah, OB. So there was a fan sitting right here in the front row. He said something that crossed the line after Jiren had flied out to left field, and he stayed up here at the top of the dugout, kind of staring the guy down. Then when the inning ended, he walked over there to share his words, but the umpire said that he'll take care of it. So that's what happened.
And it looked like that fan has departed.
Well, you knew it was bad when they were showing other Cleveland fans getting in that guy's face as he was leaving the stadium, saying, hey, you, like that who knows what he said, but even other Guardians fans weren't happy about it.
Turns out the fan didn't just throw some random harmless heckle over at Duran. Turns out he went there. And I'm not ever someone who just wants to see violence, but in this case, yeah, that idiot deserves whatever comes his way. Someone who was caught on camera, so we have his face here, something Duran himself shared on his own Instagram account. I mean, if Jiren Duran wants to go vintage Denzel or Boba Fett and track down this guy like he's got some bounty on his head, I wouldn't blame him. What can make someone so evil inside to say something like that, let alone in the middle of a baseball game? We could wonder that forever, but I've come to learn most of us aren't supposed to understand why someone would say or do something like that. I think what's best to understand is there's always going to be evil in this world, but as long as the good people do something about it, it won't ever win. And that's exactly what happened in Cleveland. Everyone around that guy, regardless of Red Sox or Guardians fans, was against him, as he swiftly got kicked out along with what should be a lifetime ban from any ballpark in baseball. And then Duran went out his next at-bat to double home a run for his 4th hit of the day. The world is dark. It can be very evil, but there is more good, and this is a prime example of that. If you're struggling, know that you're not alone, and if you need help, get it. I'm here to talk. Connect with me, whether it be Instagram. I have a Discord server where it's not just me, but tons of other people just like you, wherever. Everyone deserves to be heard because we're all here for a reason. Believe that. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.